What makes a warm home?
Entry 4, Grandpa's Cottage, Part 1. Sunday, after church, my mom calls down the stairs. Kids, we have to leave in a few minutes. Please turn off the Super Nintendo and come upstairs. We save our game, turn off the lights, and head upstairs. Making sure we have our swimsuits, we all pile in the car with all of our bags and gear for the afternoon. My mom likes to play games on the drive up to keep us occupied, and we spend the hour playing I Spy, looking for birds, barns, and basketball hoops in driveways. I can instantly smell the lake when we get out of the car at Grandpa's cottage. The light musk and dampness waft up to me from the shallows where we'll be swimming shortly. We unload and walk to the side door and enter without knocking. Everyone is here, all four sets of aunts and uncles, and we can hear the chatter of all my cousins floating up from the lake below. The cottage is small and 2 stories. We enter on the top floor as the cottage is dug into the side of a hill. Inside, the brown carpet is matted down. Looking out over the lake is a panel of tall windows outlined in oak, letting in the brilliant sunlight on this summer afternoon, greeting us as warmly as my grandparents do. In front of the windows are my grandparents' chairs. My grandpa's is a burnt orange recliner with dark wooden trim, and my grandmother's is a light brown wood rocker with a dusty blue cushion on the seat and back. Both chairs face the TV where the baseball game is on. On the left and right of the TV are the 2 small bedrooms where my grandparents sleep when they are staying at the cottage. My grandparents are watching the game, keeping vigil as each family unit arrives. They both get up and come to give us a big hug as we enter. My grandma treats us to an Oreo as we walk past the kitchen to the stairs in the back left corner, going down to the basement. Entering the basement to a small dining room table and a small living room, we excitedly run to the bathroom to change. The smell and sounds of that basement will leave a memory ingrained for life. The damp, musty smell of concrete floors and cinder block walls, with the sliding glass door open to the picnic table and lake below. The rhythmic low hum of the dehumidifier that is draining, drip, 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 into the ground drain in the corner. We get our swimsuits on and go out the door, down a flight of about 40 steps that makes one small turn on the way down to the waterfront. 10 feet to the left of the bottom of the stairs is a fire pit that we will enjoy s'mores by later. 10 feet straight ahead is a 3 foot wooden retaining wall that marks the boundary to the lake. The waves lap against it in a washing noise that is soothing. The cool water and rocky bottom of the shallowest area, only about a foot deep at its lowest during the summer, beckon us to jump in. To the right, in a row of 8 nylon strip woven old school lawn chairs, are each of my aunts and uncles enjoying conversations after a few weeks apart. Grandpa's cottage is where everyone wants to be on Sunday afternoon. Walking past the supervising adults, we go into the shed where my grandpa has all kinds of water toys and buckets for us to use and play with. Most of them are old and worn down, but as kids, we don't know any better. My younger sister and I grab some slightly tattered noodles, while my older brother jumps in the water to join another cousin who is playing on a giant tractor tire inner tube my grandpa has inflated for the season. Right outside of the shed is the start of a 30-foot pier that my grandpa puts in and takes out every year. Tied on the right side is a small teal 3-benched aluminum fishing boat with a small 30 horsepower motor on the back. We get in the water at the end of the pier. Floating on my noodle, I swim vigorously straight out into the water, trying to get out deeper. My feet touch the bottom and I pull them up to my chest in disgust. The rocky shallows give way to mushy dirt by the time you get to the end of the pier. We don't like it. About 100 feet past the end of the pier, my grandpa tows a raft every year. It's simple, 4 big blue plastic rainwater barrels bolted to a wooden frame that is covered in a dark blue threadbare textured carpet. My sister and I get close enough to watch all of my older cousins playing King of the Hill, seeing who can get up on the raft and stay on while fending off all the other cousins. With 15 of us, it gets up to be an active competition. But being the second youngest, my sister the youngest, out of the cousins born 15 years apart, we keep our distance while the older cousins push each other off the raft and into the water. They laugh at each other as each takes their turn getting dunked. The afternoon wears on and I find myself back on the pier. Gray, weathered boards creak in that memorable way that you can almost know where someone is on the pier just by the individual creaks. Now that everyone has arrived, my grandparents have made their way down to the lakeside. My grandpa brings out a pole, a container of night crawlers he got from the bait shop that morning and was storing in the fridge, and a 5-gallon bucket. He reaches down and scoops up half a bucket full of water. As he sets it down, he splashes me with some of it, laughing in his gravelly voice. He opens the container and instructs me to pull out one of the slimy, sticky, fresh, dirt-covered worms and shows me how to stick the hook through it. He has me toss the line in the water and watch the bobber. From the pier, I can see a few small schools of bluegills that make their way into the shallows as the sun starts to get lower. The bobber flutters in the water with each wave, bouncing up and down like one of my friends on their trampoline. The bobber and hook make their way inshore as the waves wash over them. The hook bottoms out. Grandpa has me put the line in again, deeper in the water. This time I can feel it. Just the slightest vibration in the pole, and I see the bobber jerk in the water unnaturally. It jerks again, and then fully submerges. Start reeling in your line, Grandpa shouts. My fingers fumble with the reel, but soon I get a hold of the handle and start to turn it. Closer and closer the line comes as I pull in the fish. I get it out of the water and I start jumping up and down at my victory. I wave at my parents and yell, "Did you see that?" My dad shouts his approval, and my grandpa brings my attention back to the fish and shows me how to take the hook out of its mouth. It's only 5 inches long, but I can't believe I made a catch. He tosses the bluegill in the bucket of water and helps me put on another worm. In another 30 minutes, I've caught 3 more fish, and I'm putting the worms on by myself. My brother makes his way over and joins me with another pole, and my grandpa climbs a long flight of stairs back up to the cottage to get another foam container of worms for us. Afternoon starts to turn to evening, and we've caught about 15 small bluegills. By this time, my grandma and some of the aunts and uncles have gone back upstairs to get dinner ready, and Grandpa helps us take the fish upstairs, where we lay them out for pictures, and he starts to fillet them to add to dinner. Thank you for listening to What Makes a Warm Home. To start creating your warm home, visit etsy.com/shop/warm home candles co. If you enjoyed this audio journal, I would appreciate it if you hit subscribe or left a review. I will be publishing a new audio journal every week on Wednesday at noon on YouTube and Spotify. You can also find warm home brands and candles on Facebook and Instagram. And lastly, remember, a warm home isn't just about the things in your home, but about the people who live there and the grace and peace God gives them every day.